Hi guys, in today's video I did this eyeshadow look using the Jaclyn Hill palette, the original one. I just kind of did this blue and yellow cut crease with a invert of the blue and yellow for the eyeliner. So if you want to see the video, then just keep watching. Okay, so I am going to start off with my eyeshadow, I think, because I kind of want to play with color. I haven't really done any eyeshadow in a hot minute, like actual, full-blown eyeshadow. So yeah, I want to do that, even though I'm not going anywhere. So I'm just going to be chilling at home with some cool makeup on, I guess. I'm just taking this heart-shaped tape in the shade light medium, and I'm going to use this to prime my eyes. And this is kind of dark. It'll work, it's okay. I might put a lighter color on, I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'm really excited because college is almost over for the semester, and then I'll go on summer break and then start all over again. But it's starting to get in that like really stressful period because there's starting to be a ton of work. There's always a lot of work in college, but once you start getting towards the end of the semester, it's like, here, write 20 research papers and you're gonna take 32 tests, and it gets kind of insane. I'm going in with a little bit of the shade light just because that was kind of dark and didn't do too much. But so I've been kind of having to like bust my booty trying to get work done, and I have an 8-page paper that I have to write on a book that I've been reading over the semester, and it's due in like 2 weeks, and I keep telling myself like, oh, I'm gonna start it, and I have yet to start it. And the reason I'm like really wanting to make sure I get it done is because I know within these next 2 weeks I have, I think, 4 papers that I know of that I'm gonna have to write. So I really would like to try to start to get it all done so I'm not insanely stressed out about it. But honestly, who knows when I'm actually going to start it, and then I'm probably going to end up being even more stressed out because I haven't really finished any of it. Anyway, I think that I want to use blue today. I'm just kind of in the mood for wanting to use, I either want to use blue or purple. We'll just go with blue. So I'm taking the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm taking the blue shade right here that is called Jada, yeah. And I'm going to grab it on this M507, and it's just this tiny like tapered brush. I'm going to load it up quite a bit, and I'm going to put this like in the crease here and just lightly start to kind of wing it out a little bit. And I'm going to stop it about halfway. I think I know what I want to do. I think I want to do something that I did a couple months ago, but I think I'm just going to change it up just a little bit. This side ended up being way thicker. Yikes. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade, what is this, Silk Cream, which is just the first matte shade in the palette. And I'm going to grab a little bit of that on the same brush, and I'm going to, in tiny little like windshield wiper motions, start to blend, yes, start to blend this blue up just a little bit. Movies have been coming out lately that have been so good, or have seemed to be so good. Movies were kind of like on a downfall where everything that was coming out seemed really boring or just stupid. So I hadn't really there hadn't been many movies that I was like pumped about. But then all of a sudden, all the movies were like, hi, we're here and we're ready for action. And honestly, it's been great. I went and saw Captain Marvel or Marvel for some of you that are gonna throw a fit over that. That was great. And then what's another movie? I haven't seen 5 Feet Apart yet, but 5 Feet Apart came out, and I mean, like, I know if I go to see that, oh, I look crazy right now. I know if I go to see that, I'm probably gonna end up like crying, but it seems so good. I'm going to see Us this weekend, which is awesome. I'm going to see that tomorrow. And yeah, just movies have been on block lately, and it's really been awesome. I'm trying to figure out if I want to just do this and do like a cut crease, or if I want to bring the blue down onto. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this just like this. Okay, yeah. I talk to myself a lot while I do my makeup, and I typically never actually have a game plan for what I'm doing. I just kind of like roll with it. So I'm gonna grab, I just loaded up the M507 again with the shade Creamsicle. And I think I'm gonna end up adding some Pukey in there, but I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna put this on this first part here. If I had like a brighter yellow, I would definitely use that, but this is the only yellow that I actually have. And again, I'm just putting it on like the inner corner and bringing it up into that blue. And I'm really trying to pack this on so I can get as much color payoff as possible. I want it to look as yellow as it can, which is looking pretty yellow, so that's good. I'm gonna go back into the blue, and I still have a little bit of the yellow on there, and I'm gonna start to just try to blend those together seamlessly. Yeah, that looks cool. Looks like a little peacock. And then I'm just going in with Silk Cream again and just kind of doing what I did with the blue right over here on the yellow, but you really don't have to do it as much because yellow is not as an intense color. Okay. I think I'm going to cut my crease now. So I'm just going to take some concealer. I'm just taking some concealer and I'm putting it on the back of my hand. And then I'm just taking a flat brush and I'm going to cut my crease. So I just finished cutting my creases. I kind of covered up a little bit more of the yellow than I wanted to, so I'm going to go back in to that Creamsicle shade, and I'm going to just add a little bit more. To set where I cut the crease, I'm going to take out of this Tarte Pro palette a mix of the shade Vintage and Classic. Vintage is a very white shade, and Classic is a little bit more creamier. And I'm just gonna mix those two. And these are like really pigmented, like just white bases, so I like to use these. I'm just going to set this, and that's gonna make a really nice contrast between the colors. And now we get to do an inner corner highlight. And I know this looks crazy right now. It'll look hopefully better once I kind of finish everything off. For the inner corner highlight, I think I'm gonna grab a little bit of this shade. I think I'm gonna grab In Light mixed with Obsessed down here and just kind of mix those two together. Okay, the eyeshadow is pretty much done for now. At least the top half is. I'm probably gonna end up putting eyeliner on. I don't know, I'll figure that out in a minute. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my face makeup so we don't look like a crazy person anymore. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I'm gonna take some phone footage of what just happened. The foundation, and yeah, that's, I mean, it's everywhere. That's all that got on my hand. It's all over the wall. I really what even is this gonna come off of my wall? Oh no, it's staining my wall. I mean, like, I know how it happens. So this foundation is crazy thick, and every time you use it, it gets like clogged up around the top, but typically it doesn't shoot out like that. I mean, like, my wall is stained. I'm about to have to grab a magic eraser in a hot minute and scrub the crap out of my wall. That's crazy. Anyway, and I'm gonna be mixing it with the Milani Conceal and Perfect. So I really do like the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. The only thing is it's very like matte and drying, but it's so full coverage that I don't even care. So I just always add in a little bit of a dewier concealer and not concealer, a dewier foundation. For concealer, I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape in light medium, and I'm putting just like 2 dots there. I know it seems like I have a lot of Tarte Shape Tapes. The first 2 that I used, they're like almost empty. Like you have to like really dig around in there to get it. This one's new, and this one's like almost my shade. But I got that in the summer, so it was like my shade, but now it's a little bit dark for me. So I'm taking the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade Light Sand. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this. This concealer is honestly so amazing, and I don't know why more people don't use it. The only person I've heard talk about it, who was it? Kathleen Lights. Kathleen Lights talked about this, and she kind of said the exact thing that I said. When you open it, and you're like, wow, that's like a thick concealer, but it blends out like so easily, and it's dewy, and it just makes your under eyes look so amazing and just like healthy and awake. And there's something about that concealer that just, it's great on its own. It's great paired with, you know, something like Shape Tape that is like more drying. It just makes it look natural. I highly recommend you go out and try it if you haven't. And I guess, you know, for some people it would be something that they wouldn't like, as with everything, but it really is worth it. And like I said, especially if the combo of Shape Tape and the Tarte Creaseless Concealer is just amazing. Now I'm going to set my under eyes with a little bit of the Coty Airspun powder in the shade Naturally Neutral, and I'm just taking a brush and just kind of tapping it right underneath my eye where I crease. Well, it's not that I just have a lot of under eye creases, so I always have to set it a little bit right there. And then I also just kind of take it right here around my nose, because sometimes my foundation will break up there. And then on my smile lines, and the last place is right here on my little forehead line. So for bronzer and blush, and I guess highlight, I'm just going to use what's right in front of me, which is the Physicians Formula Butter collection, and it's the one in the light medium. I kind of want to get the Casey Holmes one, but I already have this, so like I really don't need that. Casey Holmes is awesome, so go support her. This palette is great, so I know hers is probably amazing as well, because I think hers has the blush, the highlight, the bronzer, and then eyeshadows, and then the perfume, and the perfume really does smell just fantastic. I'm just taking the bronzer and just putting that all over my face. And then I'm gonna, with the exact same brush, grab that blush and I'm going to put that on the I'm going to put that on the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm just going to mix the two highlights in here. They're in the shade Full Moon and Galactic. These things are pretty intense. Okay, so now we're kind of back to the eyes, and I am trying to figure out exactly what I want to do. I don't know. I'm almost leaning towards wanting to do like inverse of this as an eyeliner, or do I want to just stick with a black eyeliner? Okay, just to be safe, I think I'm going to stick with a black eyeliner because I really don't want to do... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do the inverse, and if it doesn't look right, then I'll put the black eyeliner on top of it. There we go, duh. You just need to grab some concealer and grab a little tiny eyeliner type brush and just draw out your eyeliner. And I kind of like to work in segments because I don't want the concealer to dry all the way down, but you also don't want to go in right after you put the concealer down, so also keep that in mind. I kind of like to wait for it to get a little bit tacky, and you can always do something while you're kind of letting that dry. Right now I'm going to brush up my eyebrows. Okay, so you can kind of feel when it's like almost dry. So I'm going to grab that creamsicle shade on, this is just a little bit of a bigger brush, and I'm going to start to pack it on that liner. And for the very, very tail, I am going to go back in that with that really precise brush, just so I can make sure that it looks. So that's what that looks like. You can't really see it very well. I might end up outlining it with black. I hope that ends up working out good. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and go in and do the next part. And I'm taking this is the ABH Brow Definer, and it's in the shade Dark Brown. Again, the same thing, grabbing that yellow, and I'm going to bring the yellow in about to where that blue is, or about to where the yellow starts, and then I'm going to go in with the blue. And that's what that looks like. And in a minute I'll zoom you guys in and let you see it a little bit better. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other eye, and then I will be right back. So I finished the other eye, and I think I'm going to hold off right now on adding like the black around, because I think once I do my lower lash line, it might kind of pop out a little bit more. And it's a little bit more noticeable in person than it's like showing on camera, just because it's a little bit washed out, just because the yellow and the white are so close in color. But I'm going to take that blue shade on this really fine brush, and I'm going to run it across my lower lash line, and I'm just keeping it really, really tight. And then to blend it out, I'm going to use some more of that creamsicle shade on the M507, and I'm just very lightly just kind of rubbing back and forth. For my waterline, I'm taking this Ulta Beauty Automatic Eyeliner in the shade Matte Cobalt, and it's a little bit of a different shade of blue. It's more of like a cobalt blue, but I'm still going to put this in my waterline. I think it will still help bring out some of the blue. Next, I'm going to curl my lashes, and I'm going to put on this Ulta Beauty Limitless Lashes Lengthening Volumizing Mascara. This mascara is okay. I typically would put on my Thrive Cosmetics mascara, but I'm not going anywhere, so I don't actually want to waste it. It's not that this mascara makes your lashes look bad, but there's so much that comes off on the wand. Like, I just had to wipe so much of it off into this, because if not, then it will make your lashes look bad because it makes them so clumpy. Just because it's so much stuff. Like, you can see right there where there was just a little bit too much on the wand still, and it just kind of makes them really clumpy sometimes. But I mean, it does lengthen your lashes pretty good, and it's really black, so I still use it. It's also really watery, so you have to be careful not to like blink your eye too vigorously, because then you end up with like black spots all under your eye. Okay, I still need to finish this eyebrow. Look at how funny it looks. Like, and honestly, I don't really do a lot to my eyebrows, but brushing out your brows makes the biggest difference, because once you put on foundation and everything, you know, it kind of covers up some of your brows, and like, look at the difference that's already made between those two. Like, how much better it looks. Anyway, so just always, if nothing else, just make sure you brush your brows out after you put on foundation. It will just make them look so much better. Alright, so I just zoomed you guys in so you could get a little bit of a better view of what's going on. And I actually really like this. I think it looks cool. I think the inverse, like, wing ended up looking really neat. And obviously this might not be something that many people would wear out in public. But nonetheless, I think it would look cool if you wore it out in public. It would look really cool for like a party or anything like that. Or if you just want to have fun with makeup. This was definitely really exciting. The blues and the yellow, like, for some reason it didn't want to like blend in very well together today, but I think it still looks pretty neat. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to get more content like this, and leave me a comment on what video you would like to see next. Doesn't necessarily have to be makeup related. I am open to anything, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.